The world was stunned when reports claimed Venezuela's president was suddenly no longer untouchable. No invasion footage, no public warning, just silence, then global shockwaves, elite operators, classified planning, and a mission that reshaped geopolitics overnight. This is how U.S. Delta Force reportedly captured Nicolas Maduro, and how it compares to Israel's IDF elite operations. Hello friends, welcome to the channel. Today's story begins with shock, confusion, and disbelief when early reports emerged suggesting that Venezuela's long-time president Nicolas Maduro had been captured during a covert operation. The global reaction was immediate. Newsrooms scrambled, governments issued careful statements, and social media exploded with speculation. For years, Maduro was seen as one of the most protected leaders in the Western Hemisphere, surrounded by loyal security units, intelligence layers, and political shields. The idea that an external force could reach him felt almost impossible. What made this situation even more shocking was the lack of dramatic visuals. There were no large invasion clips, no televised firefights, and no official press event announcing the operation in advance. Instead, the story unfolded quietly through leaks, unnamed officials, and later confirmations from multiple sources. This silence itself became part of the shock. Such operations are designed not to dominate headlines immediately, but to succeed before the world understands what happened. In modern warfare, speed, secrecy, and precision matter more than overwhelming force. This moment reminded the world that power today is often invisible until its effects are undeniable. To understand how such a mission could even be possible, we must first look at the elite force reportedly behind it, U.S. Delta Force. U.S. Delta Force, officially known as 1st Special Forces Operational Detachment, Delta is one of the most secretive military units on Earth. Unlike conventional forces, Delta Force specializes in counterterrorism, hostage rescue, and high-value target capture missions. Their operations are rarely acknowledged publicly, and many remain classified decades later. What separates Delta Force from regular units is not just training, but selection. Operators are chosen from the most experienced soldiers across the U.S. military. The selection process is brutal, designed to test mental resilience as much as physical strength. Only a small fraction pass, and those who do undergo years of advanced training in urban warfare, close quarters combat, intelligence integration, and foreign environments. Delta Force does not operate alone. Every mission is supported by layers of intelligence, surveillance, cyber capabilities, and air assets. Precision helicopters, satellite tracking, and real-time data allow operators to move faster than traditional defenses can react. When Delta Force is deployed, the objective is clear: act decisively, minimize exposure, and exit before chaos begins. In the reported Venezuela operation, these characteristics matter. A mission involving a sitting president would require near-perfect execution. One mistake could trigger international escalation. Understanding Delta Force's role helps explain how such a high-risk mission could be planned at all. Venezuela has long been more than just a regional issue. Its political crisis, economic collapse, and strategic alliances have made it a focal point for global powers. Under Nicolas Maduro, Venezuela strengthened ties with countries that openly challenge U.S. influence, raising concerns in Washington and beyond. From an intelligence perspective, Venezuela presented a complex environment: dense urban centers, loyal security forces, and counter-intelligence measures made external operations extremely difficult. Any attempt to target leadership would require not only military precision, but deep political calculations. The reported capture of Maduro, if accurate, would signal a dramatic shift in how high-value political targets are approached. Rather than large-scale interventions, modern strategy favors surgical actions aimed at leadership disruption. This approach reduces prolonged conflict while maximizing political impact. For the U.S., Venezuela also represented a test of credibility. Years of sanctions and diplomatic pressure had failed to produce meaningful change. A covert operation executed quietly and efficiently would demonstrate that influence does not always come through public force. However, such actions also carry enormous risk. Sovereignty, international law, and global reaction all come into play. This is why comparisons with Israel's IDF become important. Israel has decades of experience conducting controversial but precise operations under similar strategic pressure. According to open source reporting, the operation relied on speed, intelligence dominance, and deception. Rather than approaching through obvious military channels, planners allegedly focused on timing, movement patterns, and internal vulnerabilities. This is classic Delta Force doctrine. The reported mission did not involve widespread fighting. Instead, it emphasized isolation of the target, control of the immediate environment, and rapid extraction. Elite units aim to complete objectives before resistance can form. This minimizes civilian risk and prevents escalation. Air support, if used, would have been silent and precise. Specialized aircraft designed for low visibility operations allow operators to insert and extract without drawing attention. Ground teams would move with exact knowledge of layouts, schedules, and security routines. One of the most important elements in such missions is intelligence preparation. Every door, corridor, and guard position is studied in advance. Delta Force does not rely on improvisation at this level. Success depends on planning measured in months, not hours. While many details remain classified or disputed, the reported outcome reinforces a key lesson: modern special operations are battles of information and timing, not firepower. This same principle is central to Israel's IDF elite units. Israel's IDF has a long history of conducting high-risk operations against heavily protected targets. Units such as Sayeret Matkal, Shaytet 13, and Yamam specialize in intelligence-driven missions where failure is not an option. What distinguishes Israeli operations is their integration of intelligence and military action. The IDF often operates under constant threat, forcing rapid decision-making and adaptability. Israeli doctrine emphasizes preemption, acting before threats fully materialize. Unlike U.S. Delta Force, which often operates globally, IDF elite units focus primarily on regional threats. However, their experience in dense urban environments and politically sensitive operations gives them unique expertise. In comparison to the reported Venezuela operation, Israeli forces would likely prioritize intelligence dominance, deception, and rapid disengagement. Public acknowledgement may come later, but operational silence remains critical. This comparison is not about superiority, but philosophy. Both forces value precision, secrecy, and minimal collateral impact. The difference lies in scale, geography, and political context. Together, they represent the pinnacle of modern special operations. When comparing U.S. Delta Force and Israel's IDF elite units, similarities emerge quickly. Both rely on elite personnel, advanced intelligence, and rapid execution. However, their operational environments shape different tactics. Delta Force benefits from global reach and unmatched logistical support. Satellites, cyber tools, and global air mobility allow U.S. forces to operate almost anywhere. This makes missions like the reported Venezuela operation possible. The IDF, by contrast, operates under constant proximity to threats. Their strength lies in rapid intelligence, to action cycles, and deep cultural understanding of their operational zones. Israeli units often act faster, but within tighter geographic constraints. In high-value capture missions, Delta Force may emphasize extraction and legal processing, while IDF operations sometimes focus on immediate neutralization depending on threat level. Both approaches reflect national strategy. The U.S. prioritizes global deterrence and legal frameworks. Israel prioritizes immediate security survival. Understanding these differences helps explain how similar missions can be executed in different ways. Any operation involving a sitting head of state creates massive political consequences. The reported capture of Maduro triggered debates about sovereignty, legality, and precedent. Supporters argued it was necessary. Critics warned it could destabilize international norms. For the U.S., managing aftermath is as important as execution. Diplomatic channels, legal justifications, and alliance coordination become critical. Failure to control the narrative can undermine military success. Israel faces similar challenges regularly. Its operations are often scrutinized internationally, forcing rapid diplomatic responses. Experience in managing backlash has become part of operational planning. This highlights a key reality. Modern special operations extend beyond the battlefield. Media, law, and diplomacy are now operational domains. Winning the mission is only the first step. Winning legitimacy is the next. One striking feature of the reported operation was information control. Delayed confirmations, limited visuals, and careful wording shaped public perception. This is not accidental. Elite forces understand that uncontrolled narratives can damage strategic goals. Silence allows facts to settle before speculation hardens into belief. Both Delta Force and IDF units plan media impact alongside military action. What is not shown is often as important as what is revealed. In the age of instant news, controlling information is a battlefield itself. This operation demonstrated that restraint can amplify impact more than spectacle. The reported capture of Maduro, regardless of disputed details, signals a shift. Power today is increasingly quiet. Leaders are no longer protected by visibility alone. Future conflicts may rely less on large invasions and more on intelligence-driven precision actions. This raises ethical, legal, and strategic questions that nations must confront. U.S. Delta Force and Israel's IDF represent the forefront of this evolution. Their methods are shaping how power is applied in the 21st century. Whether viewed as justified or controversial, this operation changed perceptions. It reminded the world that elite forces operate beyond public view, guided by strategy rather than spectacle. The comparison between U.S. Delta Force and Israel's IDF shows that modern warfare rewards precision, intelligence, and discipline above all else. Loud power fades, silent power endures. Understanding these forces helps us understand the future of global security itself. If you found this analysis valuable, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next deep dive into global military strategy. Comment below, do you think elite operations like this make the world safer?